ways that they can help you out in. There's a fourth component to this, of course, and again, just like in our first video, that is where we start talking about the agreement that you guys sign. Usually this will be termed a partnership agreement. Some nonprofits will go a step further there, and they'll want you to do like a statement of intent, and maybe they'll spin that into a press release for you, which is great. But the partnership agreement, there are some legalities and legalese that are sometimes a good idea to throw in there. There are all of these different points that I want to make sure you guys cover in there. You could totally go create one by yourself, but if you're interested, that is something that we'll be putting as like a resource, like templates to doing partnership agreements for this kind of thing are going to be a part of the resources on Successful Spirit Summit's online trainings. So this is kind of just painting the picture for you of all of the possibility that exists out there when you decide that you're going to do good in the world and help out nonprofits, but at the same time that means as they grow and do good, you grow and do good too, and everybody grows up together. I'm really fond these days of calling this the new abundance economy. I think it's where we're heading. Rather than holding our purse strings tight, you know, if we can just open up and go play with what we want to create and play and do in the world and just let go a little bit and open to possibilities, this kind of stuff can happen. And the more good you do, the more money you make in the world, the more good you can do for nonprofits, for your friends, for everybody. It's all good. You know, abundance is good, and that's something that we're really going to have as sort of the core thread through Successful Spirit Summit, both the event, the online trainings, and these little trainings you're getting from me too. If you're noticing that there's a theme, that's definitely a big one, is that, you know, we are growing an abundance economy together. I want to leave you with one more. You've noticed there's a number 5 down here. I'm going to leave you with a book recommendation, and underneath this training you can find a link to the book, which is actually a type of affiliate link for me. So if you feel like supporting me just in a tiny bit, I think I get 6% of the book deal, because I'm just going to pop up an Amazon associate code there for you, and which I'll also be doing a training on for you later on. But the book recommendation feeds really well into this, because what have we been talking about here? Essentially, we've been talking about ways to help make money for nonprofits even when you don't have a big fat check to hand them, right? We're getting creative with the ways we can make money around essentially giving something away. There is an amazing book that came out a couple of years ago. It's written by a guy called Chris Anderson. And Chris Anderson's book, he's got a couple out there actually. This dude is the editor of Wired magazine, for anyone who doesn't know Chris. And he writes just amazing inspirational books that really kind of describe where he feels the economy is moving. We're going to go into another book Chris wrote in Training 9 here called The Long Tail. But more related to this is his more recent book, which is just simply titled Free. Actually, I'm going to go grab it to show you what it looks like, and I can kind of show you the makeup of the book that way. Okay, great, I found it. Took me a while to find it there. So the book looks like this, and the little tagline on Free here says, "How today's smartest businesses profit by giving something for nothing." Now, Anderson actually doesn't go anywhere near this idea in his book at all. This is something that I kind of put 2 and 2 together about even before I knew this book existed. But this book goes into so many amazing ideas on how to make money around free. It's really an amazing read. I can't recommend it enough, because what's really happening and where Anderson goes in this book is the economy, especially the information economy, you know, that will sort of gravitate to the lowest price possible on any product, but on information products it's slowly creeping towards the base price point of free, right? Bandwidth, for instance, is becoming kind of too cheap to meter, for instance. So free is kind of naturally where the market is going. So what a lot of companies are doing, look at Facebook, for instance, are figuring out how to like grow a market and then figure out how to make money around that market after they've grown it. Because the cost of growing the market is so negligible these days, or close enough to negligible to be considered a sensible business expense, that if you can grow a burgeoning population that is using a product or service, then later on bring in advertisers or find a creative way to make money on that by selling them another level of service or something, that's where you're sitting pretty. And where most of us are really stuck right now, if we're stuck in our businesses, is because we're holding the purse strings and thinking that we have to charge for that product that perhaps there's a free version of on the market already, or so it's like an uphill battle. If we embrace free in any way and then figure out later how to make money around that, we're going to be doing a lot better, and we're going to be on the cutting edge of where the new economy is going overall. So I can't recommend this book enough to you guys. If you buy it underneath here, you're going to be doing me a favor, obviously, but you don't need to do that. But just so you know, if you're kind of interested in reading books like this on market and business and economy, and having someone's mind on it to explain, like, this is a really cool opportunity, here are some specific opportunities that I've extrapolated from that book to pull into the idea of how this might work for a wellness or spirituality-centered business, then you're in the right place, because we're also going to be starting a Successful Spirit Summit's Readers Circle here really soon. And the Readers Circle is essentially going to be an online centered book club where I'm going to be sending out recommendations for books like this, and you're going to have like 90 days of like heads up on when these books are going to be read by. So 3 months of books in front of you that will be emailed to you, like, hey, go get this book, this is what we're reading in January or whatever. And then we're all going to read them, and then we're all going to get on a call together and talk about them and do like little mini webinars with this based on the ideas in the cutting edge business and marketing books. So this is a great way not only to keep up to date on where economies and markets might be going, and innovative news and ideas from those from the authors, but also then to get a built-in webinar using the information you've just read specifically for wellness and spirituality oriented businesses. The Reader's Circle will be up soon, so if you've enjoyed kind of that little idea, that might be something that you would really enjoy looking into. And it's probably one of the best ways to get new inspiration and ideas for your business at a really reasonable cost. And you can do it from anywhere, right? Because we're going to do all of this kind of virtually. But then we're going to get together once a month as a readers group and talk to each other. And if you miss those recordings, we'll also have them up for sale at a later time on our website that you'll be a member to as a member of the Readers Circle. So that's one other thing that I have coming for you. Of course, next up we've got Module 3 in our mini series here, so get ready for that. We'll be emailing you the link for that page shortly. I hope you found some value in this. If you want more detail on anything I've gone into here, from affiliate marketing to signing nonprofit agreements, or just more big picture inspiration as well, or any of the technical stuff in there to do with how to actually implement a lot of that, be sure to check out the Successful Spirit online series of trainings when we get those up and running. But I'll see you in Module 3.